Welcome, one and all, to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast here, folks, at Wrestlemania. I am your King of Extreme, Phil KOE, the man of the hour, the man of the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, the prince and potentate of the political parlance. One handsome man, if I do say so myself, and the reigning, defending Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion himself, folks. And I am joined this evening by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only,
the non-chill filtered, the quadruple distilled, the blendmaster of ceremonies, but more importantly, the 16-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion on his search, just like John Cena, for a 17th, Tony fucking G. And here we are. It is night one of WrestleMania 41.
Yes, WrestleMania 41, folks. This is
We are so close.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this. But I'm defending this championship here against that rapscallion ne'er-do-well Tony G. And we're going to get into our predictions for night one.
We've got 7 matches on night one. But we're gonna give our predictions and previews for the entire 2-night card. So all the matches that we pick and predict and preview, that's going to be for the entire weekend. So we're doing this tonight. And then everybody go and enjoy night one, but come back here after the fact to hear our review and results of night one. But tomorrow night, we are going to be doing a watch along for night two with all of you live watching at home. So, without further ado, let's get right into this thing, Phil, because we are just so close.
Yes, we are almost there now. I'm just making sure that the folks at home are getting every single solitary, beautiful sound that is our voice. Yes.
There you have it.
Now, for a moment there, you had 2 fills for the price of 1.
Almost. Yeah.
That's the best deal in the history of ever. So
let's start off with what, I don't know if this will actually open the show, but this is not one I'm terribly excited about. But we've got Jade Cargill versus Naomi. This one's been a little bit of a strange build, but I've been a Jade fan. Naomi's solid, so hopefully she can carry somehow still green Jade.
You totally got Naomi in this match, right?
No, I'm going with Jade Cargill on this one,
because that's who I also have. I mean, come on, let's be frank. I don't think this is going to open the show. I know it's the first one we're reviewing, but I don't think it's going to be the opening.
And I am keeping track for those of you wondering.
Alrighty.
So yeah, I've got to go with Jade. She's the one with the brighter future here. Naomi's probably at the tail end of her run. And I think that's what they're using here. So, and if Bianca ever turns heel, I guess they're going to go with a face Jade. I would have gone the other way myself, but I digress. Let's move up the card. Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano.
The mysterious El Grande Americano. You know, there's some people who believe that it could be anybody under that mask, Tony.
It could be.
There's some people who believe this is how Vince McMahon is going to return. There's some people who believe that it could be Bubba Ray or Devon Dudley under that mask.
It could be both.
And depending on the week.
Yeah.
They could be trying to play that kind of game there.
No, I was thinking like on top of each other, like kids trying to sneak into a movie.
Oh, okay.
Like Bubba's on Devon's shoulders.
That could... I think you're onto something there, but yeah, the mystery continues.
It does.
As to who El Grande Americano is, but we'll see. We will see.
So, who you got in this Lucha Libre dive fest?
Tony, a part of me really, really wants to take El Grande.
A part of me does too, but I gotta go with Ray.
I'm going to part with you, and I'm going to do it. I'm going El Grande Americano. He's going to get the most devastating move in sports entertainment, the roll-up pin.
That's not a bad choice. I think this one could go either way. I'm actually excited for this. I think this will be a really good match. Grande Americano's a new face. We don't know much about him, Phil. Like we've certainly never seen him live in Houston against Sheamus.
No, we have not.
No, we didn't.
No, I mean, this is a fresh new face.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing what El Grande Americano's got going on. Oh.
So, yeah, this one should be fun.
This one's going to be dirty. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu.
I like this idea because Fatu is such a imposing presence, and LA Knight's just a great worker all around, and he's got tremendous support. Fatu's a outstanding monster heel. I think this chemistry should be really good. This should be a really good match.
Yeah, I think this one's gonna get dirty. This one's gonna be almost as bad as Gunther versus Uso, but we'll see. I'm gonna go with Fatu on this one.
Yeah, I got to go with Fatu as well. I like LA Knight. He's just really good in the ring. There's no argument there. But I think if they're going to start establishing a new bloodline storyline, this is kind of the way it's got to go. You got to go with Fatu as the leader because Solo never really resonated. So if you're going to do it, it's kind of got to be unhinged Fatu with a belt leading the charge. I think that makes the most sense. And then you've got a reason for Roman Reigns to give a shit about him again.
Yeah, because I gotta say, I mean, over the last year, the bloodline thing just fell flat.
It's gotten flatter, and you know they don't want it to go away, so this is how you revive that. That's what I feel.
Me. All righty, let's move right along.
All right, moving onward. The Women's Championship. Tiffany Stratton versus Charlotte Flair. This one got kind of, let's call it dirty in the build-up.
A little personal?
Got personal, which you can make the argument it was a work. It doesn't matter if it was or not, because on the day of, Charlotte's still going to show up and give a good performance, but
it might be snug.
It might be a little bit more snug. It might be a little bit more tight. You'll know who's going to win the match about 3 minutes in, because if Charlotte starts botching or if she seems a couple steps off, she's doing the job. But if she's on point, and I mean just crisp and clear, she's picking up the W. That's just how a Charlotte Flair match works, folks. So, are you hiding behind the?
No, I was just looking at. So they're talking about El Grande Americano versus Rey Fenix.
What?
Yeah, that's what they said on the.
Oh, well, did we? What? We said Rey Mysterio, didn't we?
I think we did.
We did.
I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, Rey Fenix.
Yeah. Sorry, we did.
Get a bit more original gimmick. I'm sorry. Like, no, that's a little on you. I mean, come on. It looked like sorry. Come on.
Sorry, he just got here, and Rey Mysterio's been there for 40 years. Sorry.
Yeah.
That's
no. I legitimately thought it was Mysterio.
No,
looking
it's Phoenix.
Looking at the thing on our little.
Well,
screen.
It's a little hard to yeah. Sorry, It is a little thing. Yeah. No, but it is Rey Fenix, yes.
All right.
And I am still picking Rey Fenix, yes.
All right, El Grande, come on, bring it.
So yeah, on this one,
I had him over Rey Mysterio, so of course I got him over Rey Fenix.
Well, yeah, but
gotta give no, that's consistency.
I think if we've got to backtrack and re-explain this, Phoenix just got there, so I think you can't have him lose that. That's why I've got Rey Phoenix. Phil, what are you doing?
Farm texting. Sorry, the farm.
All right.
Farm's texting me. But anyways, yeah, Tony, I'm looking up match probabilities. Yeah, that'll help me.
Phoenix, yeah. So on this one, this is expected to get a little ugly. We hope it will, because I think that'll make this match better. You could make the argument for both women in this case, but who you got and why?
It should be Tiffany Stratton, truth be told, because she needs a big win on a big card, but I think it's going to be Charlotte just to try to rush along her to 16 title reigns.
Yeah, that's always kind of been my idea, is that this helps get her closer, and it's another WrestleMania win for a storied career like Charlotte's already had. But the reception she got after winning the Rumble, it got really ugly from the fans real quick, and they were already tired of her, even though she'd been gone for a while. And I think the problems backstage aren't just with Tiffany, it's with a lot of the gals, and I could see them saying, okay, you need to play nice, or you're never going to, tie your dad's record. So I think Tiffany's going to get the W on this one.
We will see. I'm sticking with Charlotte. I think they're going to try to rush that along while Rick is still alive.
That's
That's, yeah. Gotta admit,
Yeah,
that might be a good
but-
point.
yeah, but it would also garner sympathy if he weren't.
Mm,
So what was gonna be the main event of night one
bum, bum,
until
bum.
everybody realized, no, this is not the match we really wanted. Sorry, Jay. I'm sorry. You know, like it could have been something. This wasn't the match. I don't know. This just wasn't the match. It was never going to be the match. If this is the way they put the belt on Jay to say thanks for everything, this isn't Kofi Mania Part 2, and having Gunther lose this is going to be bad for him. I just think it makes him look bad. I don't know that it makes Jay look good. So I'll be interested to see which way they go with this. I hope it's a good match. I hope this is better than Jey Uso's last WrestleMania match, because that was dog shit.
I'm not enthused about this because I don't like the way it's going to have to go.
And how's that?
Okay, if this was a proper wrestling match under proper wrestling, Gunther would Goldberg Jay
Yeah.
in about 4 minutes and walk out with the belt.
That's how it should play out.
That's how it should play out. But unfortunately, WWE math is going to win.
You're going to go with Jay, huh?
I'm going to go with Jay.
I'm going to stick with Gunther.
I hope I'm wrong.
I
Tony,
hope I'm right.
have
I don't think I am, but I'm going to go with
Have you recently watched the movie Aladdin with your kids?
it. Why?
Okay, there's that scene where Genie's going, Jafar,
Yeah.
he's our man. If he can't do it, great! Yeah, that's me in this match. Okay? But it's gonna be fucking Jay.
Oh, and we
You want
are.
me to keep doing
No,
that?
I don't. Even though we got Jelly Roll.
Oh, yay.
We got Jelly Roll singing.
Thank
Okay.
God.
And look at Allegiant Stadium. Wow. I've been to this stadium. I did the tour. God, it's been a year ago already, but yeah, we went out there and we did the tour. That stadium is absolutely incredible, and they really didn't make it very. The stage is not huge, and this thing's pretty jam packed. So, yeah, they inflate the attendance numbers, but this one might be close to legitimate. That looks very, very
Almost
full.
close to
Yeah.
legitimate.
Wow, it's a very impressive stadium. Like, for real, that is a gorgeous, gorgeous building. Okay, so I've got Gunther. I'm hoping that he retains. I think there's a better match down the road for him to lose. I still thought him and Cody should have been the match, but
Eventually, what we need
it
is
has to be sometime.
Gunther versus Braun Breaker.
Yeah, we'll get there.
That's,
We'll get there.
That's the match.
There you go.
That's next year's Mania. If Gunther holds on tonight,
perfect.
and
Then
he
it
holds
means
on
something.
to next year, then Braun, or he could take it at SummerSlam.
If you
but,
want this mock title to mean something, let Gunther retain and let Braun beat him.
I mean, let's be
down the
frank,
road.
Tony. The Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Championship has more history, has been around longer, has been defended more often,
Yeah.
and has had more legitimate contenders as its champion than the World Heavyweight Championship.
And there is a shot of Roman Reigns standing with the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Championship, which you can see on any archive of the Royal Rumble 2020. So,
Yep.
I mean, it is legit.
We got that belt onto actual WWE footage, so it is part of WWE canon.
All right. The main event of night one.
Ooh.
This is the most I've been interested in seeing a triple threat match in a long time. Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. This is not how I thought we'd get there. But man, and it is night one, but it's still the main event. CM Punk. I still am holding out hope Punk gets a proper night 2 championship match next year.
Never.
I really do.
It will never happen so long
I'm
as
hoping.
Triple H actually
I'm
runs
hoping.
this place.
Give me Cody Punk next year, night 2. That'd be great. Fuck it.
And there's Paul Heyman arriving.
But Oh, Paul's just arriving, and he's
with a spray,
got CM Punk. There
and
we
he's
go.
got Hulk Hogan spray on tan.
Yeah. Wow. Paul is
Very
bronze.
tan. Yeah, bronze fake tan.
Wow.
Like that is noticeable. And now here comes
we've got Charlotte coming in.
Yeah, so yeah, now all right, now back to this match, Tony, the main event. Cody is not in this match, actually. Tony.
You're distracted too. Tiffany is also arriving.
We have CM Punk versus Roman Reigns.
Tiffany's.
Yeah, Tony's like, yes, Tiffany Stratton was around.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah,
now,
right,
because nobody was, if anybody else is watching this right now, they were not listening to us while she was walking, Phil. Okay?
Okay.
All right, there you go. Now, as they're cutting back to the crowd, oh, there's Gunther, so you can get your half chubs back to. Okay, there you go.
All right, anyway.
So the triple threat match, folks. This is going to be really good. This is going to be a story upon a story in a triple threat match with an outside presence and Paul Heyman. Like, this is going to be great. This is going to be main event storytelling at its finest. I'm stoked for this match. You could make a case for all three of these guys. Like, you really could. Like,
yep.
The Seth Rollins case is he literally did like 3 jobs at last year's Mania, right? He lost 2 matches and got his ass beat in the main event of night 2 as just a bystander, really. Roman Reigns, who hasn't held the title in a full year now, is still main eventing Mania night 1.
Travesty.
It's gotta be something. Like, he hasn't like won something of accolade in a while. This could be it. CM Punk, it's his first WrestleMania main event, and the time is ticking. Like, I think this makes sense for him too. So this is a tough one for me to pick. I'm gonna let you go first, champ. What are you thinking?
Could go a lot of different ways, but Tony, you got Punk, you got Rollins, but there's only one way that this can go. Our tribal chief standing tall once again, Tony. Main event of night 1 of WrestleMania. So, yes, Roman Reigns is taking the W in our main event to make up for one of the greatest travesties and tragedies in pro wrestling history since last year. Okay?
That's a funny way to say historic Tony G's 16th title reign.
Now, I will say
that I almost managed to hold right back up until next year's WrestleMania. But that wrong will be righted tomorrow night.
Now, Tony, I will say the WrestleMania before that was one of the greatest of all time.
Uh-huh.
Because I was the only one that called our tribal chief. Now, Tony, I do got to say, you were a real silly goose last year, okay? All year you were claiming that we were going to get Roman Sammartino, and he was going to break Roman Sammartino's record.
That's been for like 3 years.
We have Cody Sammartino that's on his way. You were off by 1, Tony. Okay, so yeah,
Phil's been saying for 3 years Roman Sammartino and got humbled last year.
I don't know.
Beautiful. If you want to see Phil be wrong in real time, go back to last year's night 2 WrestleMania watch along.
Communism and propaganda. I have no idea.
It's all there in the live stream.
The whole time Tony was saying that Roman Reigns was going to defeat
No.
Bruno Sammartino's record, and Tony, you were foolish that whole time.
That would never be a thing.
But Cody Sammartino.
Cody's not in this match, though.
I know.
Triple
that's
threat.
night 2.
So you've got Roman.
I've got our tribal chief.
I'm going to go out on a limb on this one. I'm not picking Roman. And it's really hard for me not to pick Punk here. But I'm going to go with Seth Rollins.
Seth Franklin Rollins?
I'm going with Rollins.
Probably going to be Punk now.
And that's fine. I'd be fine with that. I think it's going to be Rollins. I think we're going to get the swerve, and Heyman's going to align himself with Rollins at the end of this. That's what I'm going with. I'm going with it. I don't think he screws Punk to go back with Roman. I don't think he stays with Punk because Punk doesn't need a mouthpiece, and they can banter his heels back and forth. I think Rollins needs that rub to get back in that upper echelon. I think this would be a perfect pairing. Heyman helps Rollins get the W tonight in the main event.
Heyman does the
Jesse loves your Phil stash or your Cody
Cody
stash.
stash?
Phil's Cody stash.
yeah.
You should see his Cody tattoo, but it's just well, we can't show that on camera.
Well, the thing is, I just kind of decided let the scruff grow for a little bit, see if I like it, and I'll probably shave it off in a week or two if I don't. So, but yes, thank you. It's Phil's coat. Well, I prefer to think of it as the Tom Selleck. Okay,
Sure, let's go with that.
The power Tom Selleck stash.
Oh, we've got Triple H gonna welcome us to WrestleMania. It looks like.
Thank God.
So that's night 1. Let's get into night 2 before we get the actual card underway, shall we? Yep. I love the layout of this. The WWE webpage is just
not the most useful.
ultra busy. Holy crap. Wow.
Well, we could preview that at the review.
No, that'd be silly, Phil.
Why would you want to review that when it's what people see? That's Rey Mysterio in that.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, that was Rey Mysterio in their car. Maybe Rey got injured and they had to replace him at the last minute.
Oh, I always thought it was Rey.
Well,
Phoenix.
regardless of you got a Rey.
Rey Mysterio will go one-on-one with El Grande Americano inside Allegiant Stadium since debuting. Blah blah blah. Yeah, this doesn't. Oh,
is WWE just trying to see?
Are they troll? Yeah,
Yeah,
they're trying to see if we can tell the difference.
Yeah, like okay, yeah, it's Rey and Rey, two guys under pretty similar looking masks. See if we can pull this off.
Maybe they got it wrong on there. That'd be hilarious.
I don't know what to make of that.
All right, well, I'm sticking with the Rey because that's 50-50 shot. All right, here you go. This is this is one that at one time would have been a comedy joke match, and this will actually be a serious. Okay, Phil doesn't care. So who you going with, Phil? New Day or War Raiders?
Who are the actual stars? Oh yeah, one of them is a world champion. Yeah, I'm going with them. New
Okay,
Day.
Phil picks the War Raiders.
New Day.
They're not.
Kofi's a world champion.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll go with. Actually, yeah, I think I like the New Day in this one as well.
New Day.
So yeah, nothing else to preview on that. We'll come back to you guys. Sorry, and we'll come back to that one. All right, this one I'm super excited for.
Yes.
Logan Paul, AJ Styles. This
Stoked
is
for this.
going to be probably my favorite match of the weekend by the time it's all said and done. Love AJ, always have, and I'm a super big mark for everything Logan Paul does in the WWE. Don't care what he does outside of it, but inside, yeah, amazing.
Oh my, they
are opening with Gunther and Jay.
Oh boy.
Okay, we better fly through this. Who you got?
Like I said, maybe we should just review the rest of these after. But I'm gonna go with Logan Paul because I fucking love him.
I do too, but I'm gonna go with AJ because this is one of the last times I'll probably have that opportunity to pick AJ Styles at WrestleMania, and you know I'm sadly right. The four-way for the IC title: Champ Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Finn versus Dirty Dom.
There's no wrong answer in
No.
this match, which I love, but I gotta go with Braun Breaker.
All right, you're going with Braun to retain. I don't think Finn makes any sense, and Penta would be kind of interesting.
Dirty Dom would be great.
I'm going with Dirty Dom because I think that's just too great. I think that gives him super loads of heat. I love it. Going with Dirty Dom to win this one.
As the IC champion.
Drew McIntyre. They don't even get a fucking picture.
No.
That's cute.
Wow.
Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre in a Sin City street fight.
Tony, what is a Sin City street fight?
It's because they're in Vegas.
Lazy booking. That's what it is.
That's what it is.
Okay.
So who you got?
So we got Drew McIntyre and who?
Damian Priest.
Ugh. Yuck.
Okay,
Yeah,
well,
I'm gonna go with Drew, I guess.
I am 100% going with Drew because.
No, I'm changing it. I'm changing Damian Priest.
Oh, just because I picked Drew. Okay.
No, because Drew, all he has to do is kind of look into a camera, and he gets his heat back.
All right,
Damian, no.
Try to stay awake through this. Liv and Raquel, the champs, versus Bayla. Actually, they should go with that. Bailey and Lyra. Women's tag title.
I'm trying to figure out who's a bigger star between Liv Morgan and Bailey. I'm gonna go with Bailey and Lyra Valkyrie.
Okay.
Or Valkyria, sorry. I mean, every time I look at that, I always think Valkyrie.
I know.
The Tom Cruise.
I'm going with Liv and Raquel because I think it'll be even better that Liv has her title and Dom will have the IC title. I mean, come on.
You will be right.
I better be. All right, now let's go back up to one I really want to see in terms of the women's matches. The triple threat that I thought was very confusing in the build, but whatever, we got there. This should be good. Rhea, Io, Bianca. Io's got the belt. Does she retain?
No.
You're going with okay.
Of course not. Are you kidding me? Like, she's only there to get the belt off of her onto one of the actual stars.
Okay.
Which will be Rhea Ripley.
You're going with Rhea to get it back. Finally get that W over Io. Never got it one-on-one, so this is a good way to do that. Build for a rematch. I like that. I don't think Io retains either, but I'm going to go with Bianca Belair, who I'm hoping keeps going closer and closer to an actual heel turn. Because I think that's what we're geared up
or
for.
Some form of character change at all.
She started wearing dark clothes, Phil.
Oh, wow.
She's in her emo
Does she
phase.
smile as much while she's whipping her hair?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. Yeah.
But this should be a good match. I'm actually excited to watch that one.
See, unfortunately, she's had no character development in years.
It's been a minute. So, the one we're all waiting for tomorrow night, the one we didn't see coming with the heel Cena turn. We talked about that extensively. It was breathtaking. We'll see who actually shows up if we get The Rock and Travis Scott. The Rock is like a herpes flare-up at WrestleMania. You don't know if he's going to come around. You really don't. I expect he will, but
that's quite a
it's accurate, though. It's accurate.
So
he injects himself into the storyline at the worst possible time, and then kind of disappears for a
we
while.
Got the Spanish announce team. Somebody's going through that table.
Break. Okay, this one could go several ways. This is going to get busy. It's a Cody match. It's on the grandest stage of them all. He's the champ. Cena's going for record number 17 title wins. This is a big one. Like, this is big. This is one of Cena's last matches. Possibly one of the biggest in his career. Cody has held the belt for a full year now. How's this going down?
Well, Tony, like I was saying earlier, you're a fool for thinking that we were going to get Roman Sammartino.
And you're welcome for telling you that wasn't going to happen and being right.
But Cody Sammartino is a thing.
Oh.
We are going to be denied the 17th Cena title run. And Tony, adrenaline will be in your soul because WWE signed Cody Rhodes with the neck tattoo, even though that was not recommended. Yeah. So we are getting Cody as world champion. We're going to get Phil KOE as world champion. And the two of us, Cody champion to champion. I will say that, heavy hangs the head that wears the crown. Okay, and it's very difficult, Cody. I understand they're all shooting for you, they're all gunning for you, but as a champion, you just gotta maintain. Tony, what's your thoughts on this main event?
Well, Phil, I was right last year when I picked Cody.
You were wrong the year before when you picked Roman.
I was wrong the year before when I picked Cody. I was right last year when I picked Cody. So this year, John Cena and I will have something in common, Phil. We will both be capturing our 17th title. I'm going with John Cena because you don't turn him heel to not have him get the belt.
Oh, yes. It may come down to the main event of night 2, folks. We will see.
But first and foremost, we are actually forgetting something. There is an open challenge. Randy Orton lost his opponent, Kevin Owens. He's got, I don't know if it's night 1 or 2. So we can just screw it. We'll both pick 2 people.
I'll let you go first on that one.
we can pick 2 people, and if you get it right by some stroke of luck, you get a point. I think it can't be anybody currently on the roster, unless there's somebody coming back from injury who would make sense. And it'd have to be a bad guy, because Orton's playing a face right now. So I don't know. It's hard to say. So I'm going to go with a couple of AEW departees, Rusev and Aleister Black. Those are my 2 picks.
Ooh, those are good, but we don't know if they're under contract. So I'm going to go with Sami Zayn.
I was thinking that for somebody who'd have to be able to come back.
Oh, that's tough. Is Sheamus under injury?
Oh, he's not on the card. Maybe?
Sheamus. Them's my picks.
The only other person I was going to think would be on the card that's on the roster would be The Miz, since this is the first one he's missing in 20 years. But that one, I don't think that makes sense. He'll probably, unfortunately, get the role of hosting night 2 or something stupid. So, those are our picks. You're going to have to come back after the show tonight to see who's in the lead for the RWP title. And I'm expecting it to be moi. But more importantly, make sure you hit like, share, and subscribe, because you're going to want to see that review, the results tonight. Join us after night 1. And definitely make sure you are like, shared, and subscribed to the Big Buckin' Empire on Facebook, to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast on YouTube, and or the KOE Nation on X/Twitter for tomorrow night's Night 2 live watch-along show.
Yes, but folks, that's something known to say around here. All that being said, thank you for joining us for this preview and prediction for both nights of Wrestlemania! Yes! Folks, thank you. God bless. I hope all of you make it back here to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, to KOE Nation and Big Buckin' Empire. Happy, healthy, much the wiser. And folks, we're going to see who walks away with this glorious gold at the end of night 2. And it may just come down to the main event. So folks, keep it right here. And I can't wait to see you for our review of night 1. God bless. Travel well.
See you then.
And see if it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.